All right. Hi guys, Tides here. Just here to talk about the Solstice grind and more specifically the light grind and how you kind of min-max a lot of the rewards that Solstice give and really help boost yourself to 450 a lot quicker than you were before this event. I think there's a lot of things out there that not everyone really knows, so I kind of want to highlight those things and how to min-max it. All right. So mainly when you're getting up to 400, it's pretty similar and is going to be, in my opinion, the best if you have really good friends. It's to spam Pinnacle Ops, specifically Starcross or Encore. These two are very good for it. I like Starcross more. It is quicker and it gets 2 drops. Encore gets 3 drops and it's a little bit longer. If you don't have a fire team, you'll be in the solo ops, specifically Caldera and K1 Logistics. No surprise there. Um, what's really good about the Solstice grind when even getting up to 400 is that anything here, see how it says distorted Solstice engram? This changes between every day between one of these Pinnacle ops and one of these solo ops and even one of these fire team ops and the Crucible one, but mainly the Pinnacle and solo. This will rotate between activities. So it's really important and really good is that when you're farming to 400, let's say I'm farming Starcross and, trying to get those +3 drops. What's really good is that I'm also going to be getting a lot of Solstice drops, which are going to be on light primary and secondary because Solstice drops a GL, area denial GL, an SMG, and a bow. So you're kind of getting these on light drops for your primary and secondary while farming up your regular light, which really helps to kind of like boost up your light as well. And a quick little tip as well, when you are doing this up to 400 grind, is that if you go here into Flare, you go into Miscellaneous, these masks, I think they have to be in 2018, a year 1 mask. These drop on light, which are really, really good. When you're getting up to 400, you can kind of go to dim. Oh my god, those tabs, man, are really, really bad. Let me find it real quick. Okay, of course I can't find it. When you go to dim, you can very easily go here and hover your light. And let's say I'm like 7/8 right here, and I'm missing a helmet. I can literally pull a helmet from the mask, and then I'm completely chilling. So really important to do that. I'd really make sure like that's something you're really aware of and kind of refreshing your dim when you're light grinding and seeing if a helmet can fill it in. You can even use it's called the Destiny 2 season pass way back machine. It's by my good friend Nuo. Uh, if you want to, use Google this and he'll show you how to install it. It's a GitHub stuff. This helps you pull stuff from your past battle pass to help you bring those stuff in light more. If let's say you need a chest piece to go up a light, you can pick it up from an old battle pass if you played another ones. But that's like getting to 400. That hasn't changed too much for Solstice. I think that's pretty much the same. And obviously do your conquest. Now the biggest thing is the 400 to 450. So your biggest tip here is going to be obviously what most people know is that it's through Prime, so it needs to be through Caldera or K1 Logistics, just what you prefer. A Prime is a 5% drop chance, and it's the only way to get from 400 to 450. It's the only way, only way, only way. What's really good though is that conquests, which you go here, are really, really, really good for these drops. So insane, in fact, that I actually recommend saving both of these, right? So this Grandmaster Whisper, actually, and the Delve, we know exactly what they drop. So for Grandmaster Whisper, this will drop a heavy weapon, a kinetic weapon, a chest piece, and a gloves. So what's really, really good about that is that means we know everything it drops. And that also means we really want to save Whisper for the very, very end, right? Think about it this way. If I'm 447, right? I am literally going to be 3 light away from 450, right? This will drop me a heavy weapon, a kinetic weapon, a chest, and gloves, all at 450 light if I'm 447. So we want to keep Whisper and not touch it as much as humanly possible, right? Done. Want to keep it there, keep it in stasis, kind of keep it a thing. I'll kind of highlight more what I'm talking about. Okay, I can like screenshot and show it. Actually, let me do this really, really quick and I'll show it. 1 second, 1 second. All right, right? So if we're doing Whisper and we're making sure we're really efficient with it, that means if we save this until 447, that means we can get the heavy weapon. Let me get the pen, sorry. We get the heavy weapon done. We can get the kinetic weapon done. We can get the chest done. And we get the gloves done, right? Meaning at 447, we're only missing these 4 drops, right? So you may ask yourself, how do we get those drops, right? I think Delve's something to keep in mind as well. Like I may, can I pull up a text box if I'm not stupid? maybe I'm a little stupid. What's really good about the other mission, which is going to be Delve right here, is that Delve is going to give you a primary weapon, 2 energies, and a boots. So I recommend doing this whenever you're just doing your light grind normally. Again, you're kind of looking at dim, and you're like, huh, wow, I would actually really benefit from a primary energy prime and a boot prime, right? Whenever all those drops would really help you, that's when I'd recommend doing Delve. You can do this before 447, right? So I would recommend doing it kind of around then, around that 410 to 447 point to help really boost up your light. This is going to skip a lot of that light grind, like I said. All right, so the main point is the Solstice stuff, right? This Forge Solstice stuff, every single one of these pieces on all 3 of your characters is a prime drop. And by that, I mean it is guaranteed going to be +3 light higher than what you are. And what's really good about this, if you can't tell, is that you can determine what these are, right? You can tell if it's a helmet, you can tell if it's an armor, you can tell if it's a chest piece, right? So what I would recommend is keep one character, and ideally, since you're Solstice farming already on weapons, don't do this on your main character that you're farming Portal on and like solo ops. I would do this on like kind of like a junk character. Is that you can pull this armor whenever you're looking at your light, and you literally see, oh wow, I would really benefit from pulling, like having a chest piece right now. My chest piece would push me over the light, right? That prime would help me so much. Well, go to your character and pull one of these armor pieces. Remember, you're gonna have 15 pieces to pull from. It's really, really good. There's also going to be the event track. These 3 weapons right here. It's going to be an energy, a prime, 2 energies, and a primary. These are also +3 light, right? So very, very important there too is that whenever you need these weapons and you know it's going to push you up past the light level, like if getting that prime normally would have helped you, go pull it from your event pass. Super, super good there as well. And then also this introductory quest at Ava has an RNG chance of dropping one of the 3 weapons from Solstice. So that can be a primary energy. Kind of hard to know for sure, but if you need a primary energy prime to go up, then you can choose a Solstice quest. Again, 1 on each character. So that means 5 drops on each, 5 armor pieces on each character means 15 armor pieces. 3 from the event pass, that's 3 weapons, that's 18 primes. And then 3 from the quest on each character, that makes 21 primes from the Solstice event. Super, super good. So what I would recommend is to use that Solstice drops whenever you need. But kind of going back to this, we're going to not touch Whisper, right? Whisper, as I spell it really horribly on my paint. You want to keep this until you're 447, okay? This is going to be the 447, like, checklist, right? You're going to keep your Whisper no matter what. You're going to keep a Solstice helmet, legs, or bond, or cloak, or whatever you want to call it, right? So I would keep a Solstice one of these, right? I'll circle them in blue. You keep one of those, right? So keep 1 Solstice, right? You only need 1 of these. Solstice piece, right? And then, oops, is this S? And then you should make sure Zavala every week as well. Your other source of determined primes. This is the only source of primes that change each week, by the way. Is going to be through Zavala, right? When you do your weekly kind of, let me pull it up real quick. Whenever you do these weekly challenges and fill out these arsenal expansion, that gives these pinnacles. These pinnacles are really good because they reset each week. And again, like Solstice, you can choose the armor. You can have 2 armor choices to choose from, and then 1 weapon. It's RNG on what the weapon is that week. For this week, it's a primary. Next week, it might be a heavy. The week after might be a secondary. But what you can do is that pick up this primer whenever. That doesn't matter. But these 2 Vanguard Arsenal weapons, we're going to keep, right? So now we have 2 Vanguard pieces, right? And what ends up happening is, so see how we already have all of these checked off because of Whisper? Let's say we're going to pull 1 Solstice armor, and then it's going to be 1 Solstice weapon as well, right? So what we're going to do is that we can go to our event pass. We're going to save, most likely, let's say save 1 Solstice energy, right? So I'm going to keep this SMG. So that means whenever I hit 447, just like Whisper did these, I now can save my 1 Solstice weapon. Boom. There's my energy done. I go to Zavala. Boom. I pick up my boots and a helmet. And then I already saved a cloak, right? I saved a cloak from Solstice, which means I can now pick up my Solstice cloak on a character. And then boom. Every single drop will now be 447, right? Will be 450. as long as I'm 447 and I haven't picked up, I haven't done my Whisper, I haven't picked up one of the Solstice energies, I haven't picked up one of my Solstice armor pieces I need, and I saved my Vanguards for that week. If I do all that, then that means from 447 to 450, instantly I can hit that just after one GM Whisper, which will save you a lot of fucking time, hours. Because what ends up happening, a lot of people they'll hit 447 and 448 even, and they're just RNG rouletting for like let's say only the heavy weapon they're missing 450, or maybe only the boots they're missing 450. And since they only picked the Zavala stuff that week, they keep gambling. So it's really important. If you do it this way, you'll instantly breeze through 447, instantly hit the top of the mountain, and then while still being able to take advantage of these extra drops as well. So you pretty much have no wasted drops. But yeah, that's how I would efficiently grind Solstice. That's how I'm planning on doing it for my light grind. Picking up some of those, right, 21 primes. Of the 21 primes from Solstice, just save 2 of them. Right? Solstice, you only need to save 2 primes. Saving the Whisper mission, and then saving your Vanguard armor for that week. If you know you're going to hit 447 that week, that is. If you know you're not going to hit 447 that week, boom, pull that Vanguard armor. Don't worry about that. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, try to leave them. I'll try to answer them. It's going to be kind of hard, especially because when Solstice goes away. But this is what I would do to really efficiently grind Solstice now and really take advantage of that light grind and making sure that that kind of slog at the very end of 450 is as done and as painless as possible. Thank you so much again, everyone. I love you all so much, and yeah, see you soon.